Jersey. Oh. Yeah, that's how you do it. Get out of New York, go to Jersey, go back and work in New York.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So I want to cover a few things. I'll just see how I don't want to take too much of your time. But so, what do you think of being in Asia? I mean, I know you've been here before.
Yeah.
So Korea and then now Hong Kong.
Yeah, I've been here before, but to get the chance to to perform here was good. I haven't had a chance to perform before, so that was really a great thing. I mean, first time performing, did film here, hung out, got drunk here.
Yeah, you're passing the Hennessy around last night.
I got drunk last night too, but to perform for the Asian crowd and to know that hip hop is growing like that, for me it's like a super blessing and a super revelation, because when I first started doing hip hop, it probably was only 100 people that could do it. You know what I mean?
What do you think when you saw those guys? Because those guys, the opening guys are from they're LMF. What do you think when you see them and you see an act like that?
That's what I mean. It shows that it shows just how hip hop started off. You know what I mean? As a very closed culture, and then grew to be the culture of the world. I did an album recently called "The World According to RZA," Volume 1, where I went around Europe and a few other places. I collected a lot of MCs, showing that hip hop is to me. I like to say this quote. I always quote it, so you may see it again. But I feel hip hop is a sound and soul of our generation. Because if you look at hip hop, you can check the age bracket. Like, how old are you, gentlemen? If I may ask.
I'm in my 30s. So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay then. Schoolie D, okay. PS Kid was making that green. People always say, what the hell is that, man? You know what I mean? Schoolie D, Spoonie G, if you want to get crazy. Remember Spoonie G? Schoolie D, check it out, Schoolie D actually copied Spoonie G. That's how deep hip hop is, you know what I mean? So, to see the shit rocking like that, man.
Tell me about the European tour, because I didn't know. I learned tonight it was quite extensive. I didn't realize.
Yeah. Like I said, my main thing was to break bread with Europe. Was the vibe out, you know what I mean, and see everything and shit. And break this culture off. And we went from some of the wealthy countries, such as, you figure Germany's it's a strong, wealthy country. So we went down to poor countries, like Croatia, Zagreb, you know what I mean? We took it to Bulgaria, you know what I mean? And hip-hop was strong everywhere we went. And some nights we thought we didn't even know it was going to be that kind of a crowd. I mean, 7,000 kids showing up, 5,000 kids showing up, and just me, you know what I mean? So it was real beautiful. And it wasn't even promoted as a Wu-Tang Clan. It would have been a Wu-Tang Clan promotion. I could imagine it would have been really, you know what I mean? So I was real proud to see that.
How does it feel for you personally, knowing that your collective that you basically started is like you could get an audience anywhere in the world? I mean, it must be like pretty mind-blowing in some ways. Do you think about it like that?
I don't think about it like that. I'm not really too egotistic about it and shit. You know what I mean? Only time I get egotistic with hip hop is when I'm just in New York. In New York, I put my ego on, put my big balls on and shit. It's whatever. Because that's where I grew up at doing it. I mean, I used to travel around on the trains when I was young and look for the other guys who rapped and battle them. We'd travel from Staten Island to Brooklyn to Queens to Bronx, just looking for motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And you couldn't find them that easy. But when you found one, it was like the movie. You ever see a movie called Highlander? Yeah. It's like that and shit. You see him motherfuckers like dun dun. My name was the Rap Scientist. Had ODB, the Professor back then, and the RZA was still the Genius. And we used to and people knew us all around the city. You know what I mean? Even if the Virginians down to Philly, down to Florida, they had an underground name of like some dope MCs.
Cool. Got to ask you about the Tarantino film.
Oh, that's off the hook.
Because we know about it. Because we know people are filming on it in Beijing and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But what happened? First, were you actually scoring while you were watching it?
I did some original scoring, and I did some needle dropping. Took a few great songs and put them where they need to be. Quentin did a lot of needle dropping. I don't know if I can say. I will say this. The song has an opening title. I get to talk to Quentin, so I'll probably get some inside information, I guess. I don't know. But when the movie come on, it has an opening title song, right? And he wrote this movie about a couple of years ago. It took a year to write. right? We wrote it a couple years ago. It took 2 years to film, maybe. And now it's coming out. From the day he said,
parts, no less.
yeah, and 2 parts. From the day he said, from the day he wrote the first page, he had this song. You know what I mean? And when it comes on, there's no other perfect song to fit the movie. When you're like, oh shit, this motherfucker, he's a deep guy and shit. Working with him was not only a great experience as far as a career move and things like that, but also very educational and enlightening experience because you know, I learned even things about music and even certain categories of music or certain catalogs of music was even brought to my attention through his collection. He has a very good collection. I have a very good collection too. You know what I mean? I played some things. He was like, "What that's just," you know what I mean? But he played some. I was like, "Where the fuck you get that from?" How many albums do you have? I don't even know. I got a couple of cribs, so I got thousands of albums and CDs. You know what I mean? I got a lot of CDs. I got enough CDs and enough albums.
All right. So if we could compare, how would you compare this to like what you did for Ghost Dog? How's the vibe? Same or different?
It's different. I mean, but the process was approached the same by me. You know what I mean? With Ghost Dog, I did you know, I took it like from with Ghost Dog. I started before the script. We had a meeting before the script. With Quentin, I started after reading the script. And at first I wasn't really bored. I wasn't going to be the music composer of the film. I just was going to add flavor to the film. As a martial arts film buff, as a guy who's seen hundreds of martial arts films, I seen all the good ones. It was good, I seen it. If it was corny, I still got it. You know what I mean? But didn't watch it that many times. And so being a person that was so into martial arts, Quentin being into martial arts, it really started off as a martial art friendship thing. He was going up to his house, watching movies with him.
Out in LA, or
yeah, out in LA, you know, hanging out. You know, I'll be in LA just doing like wherever I gotta do, just doing my own job, and maybe you know, I'll give a call. My assistant will give a call to him, or his assistant will call up my assistant and say, "Was in town? Quentin's going to screen a movie. He'd love him to come hang out." So they go hang out, get a couple of bottles of champagne, go to his crib, a couple of homegirls, and pop a few bottles and chill. You know what I mean? And eventually, you know, I guess I became more and more in tune with what he was doing. And I really told him I just wanted to hang around and learn how to direct from him. So he's like, "Oh, that'd be my pleasure." And you know, and if we could come with some music for the movie, cool. I mean, I just really basically was hanging out. Again, as we start going, it's like I guess we just really was just falling into the same vibe. And it wasn't really until maybe after the whole film was shot, because I went to Beijing with them, I went to Mexico to film with them, LA. So I spent about maybe 4 weeks on the set. But it wasn't until after the entire film was shot that Queen came to me and was like, "You know what? Last night, I gotta tell you the whole story." You know, he always do that, give you the whole story. So he goes into the story where he's hanging and he's chilling. Got a couple of girls he's chilling, bring them back to the crib and shit. And he throws on a Wu-Tang CD, you know, he got some CDs and shit. And so he started listening to this shit, and everybody just was vibing. It was just a great vibe going on. So he wound up going and brought all of them. Like he had like maybe 5 of them, but you know it's like 15 of them. You know what I mean? He went and brought the whole collection.
I got some in my bag actually.
And so he spent the weekend throwing these shits in. So he came back with quoting lyrics, naming songs and shit. He said, at first, you know, I wasn't sure. He said, but after listening to that shit again and it's refreshing my mind so much, he said, "I trust you. I'm going to trust you." I was like, whoa, give me too much trust here. But he's like, "Yo, I'm going to trust you. Yeah, I trust you can handle this for me." And from that point on, I said, okay. I dove in. I took it serious. I mean, I've been took it serious, but I mean, I took in the music like, okay, I got to bring a few things in, you know what I mean? And, you know, I think what I did fits the movie. I'm saying, I don't know if somebody can go, "Whoa, what a remarkable Oscar-winning." Nah, I didn't say that, but I think I definitely fit the movie, fit the genre of film, and fit the vibe of what he was dealing with, you know what I mean?
Blackberry?
Yeah, Blackberry phone there. Email phone. But I think I did fit you know.
You seen the finished one already? Finished version?
Yeah. We have to do the screening, not a screening, we did a premiere. Well, I don't know, the screen, we did it in Boston, up in Cambridge. And the big audience was there, and you know, I went up, Quentin went up, and some of the staff that worked on it, mostly just fans. And it played well. We both at the end. Wow.
Warren's 2 parts? Huh? Warren's 2 parts that they're gonna do?
Yeah, yo, he had so much shit, man. You know that. I mean, he never knew he was gonna make 2 parts, but mean, that movie been shot for, it started as a 90-day shoot. It did about 220 days. 220 days.
Well, because labor's cheaper up there anyway. That's one of the reasons why I did it.
Nah, well, not just that, though. The script was 210 pages.
There you go.
Usually in Hollywood, it's a page. Okay, 210 pages. And then think about all the shit he made up along the way. You know what I mean? So he had a lot of shit in there. He couldn't, and there's so much action. He had enough action that it could have been fucking just 2 hours of action and no dialogue. You know what I mean? So he's like, hold on. I guess he understood. Because there's some great fight scenes that you won't see on this first part. You know what I mean? Some nice fight scenes. That's what I think I'll talk about one of them. There's a fight between Daryl Hannah and Uma Thurman. Cat fight. Two pretty bitches going at it. That's basically how you gonna take it. You know what I mean? All right.
Let me switch. You've been here before the Shaolins.
Yeah.
Pretty intense, huh? Pretty intense for you.
Shaolin was pretty enlightening.
Oh, okay.
That's the word I like to use. You know what I mean? I met the Abbott. That was, they have a new current Abbott now. He's kind of a little more stricter than the old Abbott.
Let me interrupt you. You saw these films when you were younger. Do you feel like akin to Asia? Is that why you want to explore it more?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things that has me going through the Asian philosophy and history. You know what I mean? And searching my own history. You know what I mean? First of all, first instance was a fascination. You know what I mean? And then they were saying certain things that became eye-opening. I don't know if you ever seen a movie called 36 Chamber? Yeah. Okay, you seen that movie, right?
Celestial film.
Alright. Remember the scene when he went to the 35th Chamber? In the 36th Chamber, starring Master Killer, the boy-headed guy, Liu Chi-Hu. There's a scene when he first enters, he wants to learn Kung Fu. They go, well, we have 35 chambers. Where do you want to go? What do you want to learn? He said, I think I'll start at the top, the 35th chamber. And he walked into the 35th chamber, and all they're doing is quoting the sutras. The 5 tones deafens the ear. The 5 colors blinds the eye. You know what I mean? All this emptiness, all this void. Do you hear bells? We hear nothing. Silence is bliss. Like, yo. Now, at first I first saw that movie, it was just a Kung Fu movie. But I done seen it about 30, 50 times, you know what I mean? But like about the 10th to 12th time, like from the age of 14 to 17, by the time I got 17, I'm watching the same movie, I'm like, what the fuck are they talking? Wait a minute. It started making super sense, because I was studying mathematics, so it made a lot of sense. So then I just started researching, you know what I mean? It's a quest, you know what I mean? For me, that's to really understand the root of it, you know what I mean? And the future of it, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm an important part of the future of the martial world, and not in a physical way of beating niggas up and shit, but the true meaning of it, you know what I mean? Which was enlightening your own spirit. That's the true meaning of it, you know what I mean? If you don't have a strong body, if you got a strong mind, you're useless, like Jabba the Hutt. You know what I mean? It's like a body is not moving, you know what I mean? Your mind, you could be like Yoda. You have a strong mind and strong body, you know what I mean? But nobody knew Yoda had a strong body, right? He always walked with a cane. And then in part 3, he just bust out like, motherfucker, I'll show you how to use a lightsaber.
Yeah.
He started jumping like, you know what I mean? People didn't know that. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is, you know what I mean? Martial arts and Shaolin, you know what I mean? Very, very important part of history, you know what I mean? And really, it had me engulfed into it.